This is my liposuction experience part 2, the surgery day. On this day, I was prepared because I decided to do it, but I wasn't prepared for what's about to happen. But before going to the procedure, let me share 3 main things that I have learned that are very important and you must do before doing the surgery. First is arrange for a lymphatic massage therapy. This service may not be readily available for you depending on where you live. So it's very important to do your research if there is one close or if there is one that's further so you can plan ahead. It is recommended that you do this massage therapy 24 hours after the surgery. Your abdomen will be filled with fluid to help numb the pain during the procedure, so that fluid needs to be drained from your system. The lymphatic massage helps prevent the formation of seroma. A seroma happens when the fluid gets stuck in one place and forms like deep pockets. This will result in unevenness of the skin. You see, I did not know anything about it because during consultation, Sonobello did not mention about the importance of doing this lymphatic massage. So I did not have my massage done until about after 2 weeks of the surgery. So that was a bummer. I couldn't find one that's closer to me. So it affected my recovery all in all. Next tip is having an extra compression garment already handy. And also having the abdominal board, the foam, those are important. Once again, Sonobello did not mention about the need for these things, and I discovered that some surgeons do not recommend doing this. The reason being is if something happens during that compression that you're doing and you're not happy with the result, then they cannot be blamed that they told you that you need to do this. So they gave you one piece of compression garment, that's about it. And it turns out that the use of these accessories can actually help maintain flatness of your stomach while you are undergoing through recovery. Tip number 3 is schedule your surgery far away from when your monthly period is going to come. Imagine the hassle of putting all of this compression stuff and then you are going to add that other problem down there. So it's going to be so much of a hassle. And just an important note, you need to have a designated driver after the surgery. That driver actually need to check in because they will not do the procedure if you don't have a designated driver to take you home. Now on to the procedure. I arrived 1 hour before my surgery schedule, and before you go there, you need to shower with an antibacterial soap. So if you did not watch my first video, I mentioned the areas of my body that I had done. I did my arms, my waist, my upper and lower abdomen. So the nurse checked me in, she checked my vitals, and then she asked me to change into a gown with an underwear and a bra. And then you are going to be needing to provide a urine sample because they check you for if you are pregnant. So they're going to do a pregnancy test. And so if everything is good, the doctor will come in, will talk to you and discuss if you're ready and you don't change your mind. And so you're gonna start from there. The doctor will prepare the areas that will be done. He will draw lines on them. He also decides if you need an IV or not, because in my case, he did not want to put an IV on me. He said that it is okay, that I should be fine, and that the surgery is only going to be an hour. In a way, it was comforting, but I was kind of scared because I'm a registered nurse and I'm thinking like, what if something happens during that procedure? But I have to trust him. Oh, and before I forget, that on the day of the surgery, aside from taking a shower with an antibacterial soap, you are going to eat a very light meal and also bring some Gatorade or water if you prefer, because after the surgery, they told me that you're gonna be thirsty. So the nurse explained to me that they are going to give me 2 pills, one for an antibiotic and the other is for the pain pill. So she gave me those about 30 minutes prior to the surgery. I was a little bit worried when she said about 30 minutes because I'm thinking like, is that gonna be enough time for the medicine to take effect that I will not feel any pain. So it's one of those things that you just kind of go with the flow with the event because you trust that they know what they're doing. So then the nurse escorted me to the operating room, and then another nurse greeted me in. So she asked me to remove the gown, and in a glance I saw the different lengths of the cannula on the table. So I was trying not to look at it because it actually got me scared. And then the nurse cleanses you with a betadine gauze from like abdomen here, low upper abdomen, going down to your leg. And then you lay in the operating table, and then the room is freezing cold. The nurse drapes you with like a cloth from the lower abdomen part down to your leg and then the breast area, but then it still feels cold. So you are wide awake, and I wasn't sure at that point if I am able to feel the pain when the surgeon will cut me. So I heard the doctor come in and he said, we're going to start. And oh my God, in my head, I was like, okay, this is it. And then he said, I'm going to make an incision. You are going to feel pain for 5 minutes. And indeed, that was a very, very sharp pain. It was very, very painful. I felt it. And as he keeps inserting the cannula, I felt that some spots in my abdominal area are becoming numb. I don't feel pain at all, but there are other areas that are really, really painful, even though he's already inserting some numbing medicine in there. So even after 5 minutes has passed, there's still a lot of pain in the different areas. And during this procedure, you can actually feel your body shaking vigorously, like up and down, as the doctor is inserting the cannula. And then I asked him, does he really need to do that force, like put an extra force in it? And then he said that he has to because he needs to agitate the fats. There was an area on the left side of my abdomen that I kept pointing to him that it hurts very much. And he kept telling me, don't do that, don't do that. To be honest, I actually felt like I was being tortured. The arm was the most painful one. Oh my God. I felt like he was hitting my bone, or I'm not sure if it's the muscle part, but it was hurt, like more painful than the other areas of my abdomen or the waist. And I was like, I am never doing something like this ever again. Never. And while I was hoping that he removes all of the fats as much as possible, but to be honest, I cannot wait to get out of there. Really. I cannot even begin to describe how painful it was, especially the arm. Maybe my pain tolerance was low, or I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm sure other people's experiences will be different than mine. So when the doctor was finished, the nurse wiped and cleansed me, and she put band-aids to the incision area. So there are 4 areas. It's on the right and the left side of the lower abdomen, and then there's 2 on top of the abdominal area, just on top of the navel area on the right and the left side. And then she said that after 24 hours, I can remove the compression, and then I need to start wearing the faja. And then the faja you have to wear 24/7 for 3 months. And I was like, oh my God, 3 months? That's like a long time. And actually, when I read about the other people's experiences, they said that you have to wear it longer than that. I feel like every cosmetic center should have a video presentation of how the procedure goes and what are the expectations and the things to do post-recovery. Because I felt like I was cheated on informations on how to recover on this procedure. Do they just expect that you know these things before doing the surgery? I just don't know. So after the surgery, I saw how much fat they removed from me. I am very awake, but I felt a little bit groggy, and then I got dressed, and then the nurse told me that I should feel like urinating, but I did not feel any urge at all. She said that the fluid needs to come out, but that didn't happen to me at all because I did not feel like urinating at all after the surgery. So I was picked up and I went home, and in the car, I was already starting to feel dizzy. And then when I got home, I felt very nauseated. And then when I stand up, I felt like I'm gonna pass out. The nausea was getting worse and worse, and I actually vomited a lot. So I wasn't sure if that was a reaction from the pain medicine or from the procedure itself, but that's what happened. I ate a little bit and that made me feel better. So maybe it's just because like I was just hungry or my stomach was empty. So that's why I did that. So the next day I actually felt better, way better than I expected. And I actually started doing Zumba. And then on the third day, I had an appointment with the doctor. After the surgery, your skin feels very numb. It feels weird. So when I had a C-section for my delivery for my child, it felt kind of the same. So I was nervous to do the follow-up appointment, and I was actually shocked because I was hoping that the doctor will be there, but it's only the nurse who saw me. And then this nurse, she did not check like which part of my body had the surgery, because she checked my blood pressure in my arm, and then that was really hurt, and because I forgot that she put the cuff in there, and then I didn't realize it also until she pumped it, and then it was hurt. Like, that was so unprofessional. And to think she was actually the nurse who saw me through the initial consultation, so she knows which parts of my body had the surgery done. So I was told that the next appointment will be in 3 months, and then the nurse also explained that if I am not happy, that the doctor will do the procedure and maybe for a lower price. And I was like, hell no, there is no way I am going to do this procedure again with just a pain pill. So what did I learn from this is that you cannot really prepare for something that is unknown yet. You know that it is a surgery, but not until you do it, then you will not really know exactly how you would feel. So if you want to do it, just do it, because every one of us is different and you may have a better experience than I did. But just do your research. So the next and last video is the aftermath of this surgery and whether it was worth it, whether I got the body I wanted. So we shall see.